This is Michael, the host of the WDYM podcast. You ever hear an episode and want to give your 2 cents? Now you have that option with the text and talk. In each episode description up at the top, you see the option for text and talk. Hit that link, start texting, and I'll start talking. Be a part of the WDYM podcast and start text and talking with me.
You're listening to the WDYM, the What Do You Mean podcast, Hamilton's #1 podcast. Now sit back and relax. Here's Hamilton's own Michael Gillespie.
And welcome to the WDYM podcast. I'm your host, Michael Gillespie. As Kobe said, how y'all doing today? Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody is doing well. This episode, we are getting straight into it. This episode is a roses episode. This is where we pay homage to a friend of mine who deserves it. You know, I always say, at least lately I've been saying, we never give enough to our friends and stuff, our friends and our family, and just say, hey man, I appreciate you and everything. This one was planned way back in March of 2024, the middle of show choir season for me. I tried my best to do something for him, and I did, but we'll get into that all later. But as on this show, we call it, you know, when we give roses, we call it something different. We call it, This Bud is for you, Mo, or Maurice. We've been friends for a long time. We were good friends in high school and everything, you know. We've always been friends and everything, but this is the origin story of Mike and Mo, or when I first came to know who Maurice was. This started back when I moved in with my dad. When I moved in with my dad, we used to live on 4th Street, and, you know, we used to, you know, just play in the streets, you know, in the middle of the hood and everything. He decided to move to another part of the city of Hamilton. And when he would go to work or when summer would start, I would just stay at home and just play PlayStation and Super Nintendo all day, and it would get boring. So he signed me up to go to the YMCA, more specifically the Central YMCA in Hamilton, Ohio. Now, I've been to YMCAs before, and I'm pretty sure you've been to YMCAs before. The Central YMCA was so beneficial to me as a young kid. I've met so many of my lifelong friends at the Y. That program was such a help, looking back at it in hindsight, that this program was so beneficial to a lot of us. And shout out to the Central YMCA for having a program for inner city kids and everything, to have somewhere to go and have fun. Now, what they had there was absolutely amazing for somebody who never had this before. When you come in, you pay your fees. They had pool balls and pool tables and everything, foosball, computers, basketball, swimming in the pool. They had trips. We used to go. I think we've been to it. I got my first Reds game with the YMCA. First time going to Surf Cincinnati with the YMCA. What else did we do? We went up to Oxford a couple times with the YMCA. I just had a great time dealing with the YMCA. And so forever grateful for the YMCA. One of the things that I did not mention was ping pong. We played ping pong like no other. Competition at its finest when we played ping pong. This is the typical game of ping pong right here. Just the typical back and forth. Nothing too big. Unless you played Maurice. Maurice was a ping pong elite, so to speak. The reason why Maurice was an elite ping pong player, because he played with absolute power. Let me describe Maurice for you. Maurice was roughly, and this is just me, I don't know off the top of my head exactly, but I think he was like 6'4". In 7th grade, right? He was a tall can of worms back in the day. So Maurice was tall. So it was all about power for Maurice. Maurice was power. This is the Maurice game. Listen to the backspin. Did you hear that? That is Maurice's style game. Play, power. That was it. So that was his game. Everything with Mo back then was power, simply because he was taller than all of us. He could play bully ball and no one could stop him. There was nobody there. 6'4" at 7th grade. You know what I'm saying? Maurice was about power, and he took every advantage for it, and rightfully so. There's nothing wrong with doing that. If I was 6'4", I would probably do the same thing, right? He had the shot, the over-the-head shot in basketball. You couldn't block it. You just hope he missed. That's how dominant Maurice was. But I will say this. There was somebody who can rival Maurice. And that was Mel. But we will get into that here momentarily. But Maurice was all about power. Mel, on the other hand, was all about skill. Now, when I came into the picture, I'm just watching. You know, I don't know none of these people. I don't know nobody. I'm the new kid on the block. I just came through YMCA, but I see Maurice 6'4", just slamming game. That's what he say. Pinking, game. Game. It's over. It's over. You're done. That was his game. But the rivalry, and again, this is all my speculation just from what I'm seeing. There was a rivalry with Mel because Mel was skill. Mel could slice a ball. Who's slicing in the 7th grade at ping pong? Well, Mel is. Mel is the one slicing the ball perfectly, coming back, and it's coming on a curve and hitting the edge of the table and bouncing awkwardly. That was Mel. Mel was equal to Mo in ping pong. And I think that got under his skin because nobody can beat Mo at ping pong. Occasionally I can get 1 or 2 out of 10 in, right? Mel can rival Mo. And that's what made it so amazing. Just to see Mel using technique and skill on Mo. So it would be heated ping pong games. And this is how it went. And then the thing about it is everybody gathered around the ping pong table. Hey guys, Mo versus Mel, round 3. We're like, oh, everybody let's go. And we go watch. That's how it was. It was so good to see these two play each other. And I think that Mo didn't like that. I'm speculating here in hindsight. It was the same in basketball. Again, Mo, 6'4". There was people that were good at the YMCA. We had Brian Jackson with speed and cutting agility. He was like I described his game as like Dominique Wilkins. You know, he was just ferocious and fast and cutting and everything. Then we had like Bryant Jackson, who was, you know, in the middle, ground and pound and quick shots like that. We had Marcus McCord. He was an average all around gamer, and that was Mo's best friend. And then we had Mel. Mel was technique, inside jumper, just passing the ball, dribbling skills. I remember. See, this is what bothers me about Mel. Mel was just skill. You just couldn't play with him. You just couldn't. Mel was so skilled at all his positions, but Mo was all about power. And when they played basketball against each other, it was another one of those things. Hey, Mo and Mel in the gym. It's 16-13. Mel got the ball. And we're playing teams and stuff, but whoever, even if we had like a whole bunch of people, it was always Mel versus Mo. And you may ask yourself, well, Mike, where were you? I was terrible at basketball. Because in my neighborhood, we played cart ball, not basketball, cart ball. We would take a cart from Kroger's, flip it on its end, and shoot it. That affected my jumper to this day. I cannot shoot a jumper without coming short. 9 out of 10 times. No, let me change that. 9.99999 out of 10 times. My jumper is broken and forever broken. That's because we played cart ball instead of regular basketball. We didn't have a hoop, okay? So, yes, they were even in ping pong. Yes, they were even in basketball. and they were even at dodgeball. Now, dodgeball at the YMCA was so serious. It was so serious. And this was if anything, I think this game, dodgeball was Mo's specialty because, again, Mo was about power. Like, he would hit, like, okay, so let me rewind just a little bit. The ages that could come to the Y were like 8 and 16 and maybe 17. It didn't matter for Mo. Mo would throw the ball so hard at we had this little kid, I think his name was Ryan, and Mo would just throw the ball. If you were a sitting duck, Mo would throw the ball. Not bullying, he's playing the game. He ain't just constantly picking, he just finds somebody to hit, and he would hit him. Back to Ryan. Ryan was like no older than 9, and he's like 4'11". And Mo threw that ball, and I've never seen a little kid get decapitated that fast because his head came right off his shoulders, and he is still unconscious to this day, right? He's unconscious. I went to visit him a couple days ago. He's still unconscious and everything. No, I'm kidding. But that was the type of game we played. Every time it was Mo and Marcus, it's lights out. Everybody's losing. Mo and Marcus are winning because they're throwing the ball 100 miles per hour. Didn't care who you were, right? So, so I would notice this, and I would play on Mel's team, right? It's like going up against, it's like David and Goliath. You don't want to be on Goliath's team. You just want to knock out Goliath. And Marcus and Mo were the two big dogs on the team. But there was no other big dogs in dodgeball other than Mel and myself. Now, I was good at dodgeball. You can call me Neo of dodgeball. If dodgeball was a professional sport, I would be in the Hall of Fame, right? Small frame, and I swear I could bend like a Neo in the Matrix, man. You couldn't hit me for nothing. So the one game out of the hundreds and thousands that we played at the YMCA, the one game I remember was Mo and Marcus. These are the main two guys, and me and Mel. And so we were like, the power of Mo is just too much. He just throws the ball too hard. You can't catch it, because if you catch it, you're out, right? Standard dodgeball rules. Mo, and the thing is, we had those rubber balls that made the ping noise. It wasn't those little foam balls. We had the rubber balls. And Mo was slinging those like a cannon. That's how fast it felt. When you got hit by a Mo, you felt it for a couple days. That's how powerful he was. And with him and Marcus, it felt like he was bullying. So the one time we teamed up, me and Mel got together and said, look, man, let's get him. And we were like, we agreed, like, let's get him. Let's show him that me and you can do it. Because me and Mel started forming a friendship and everything. So like, cool. So what's the game plan? The game plan is get Marcus out first. Marcus was slower than all the four of us. Marcus was the slowest one, right? So we get him out first. Let Mo get everybody else out. Fatigue them so those cannons ain't coming as fast. And then we gang up on them, right? So that was the plan. And the plan was working fine. We were getting people out. Then it was like, noticeable, a couple people and Marcus and Mo. We're like, all right, let's execute the plan. So I would throw purposely high at Marcus, and then Mel would come across the court, and hit Marcus. Boom, he's out. So I was like, oh. And then Mo would look over there. He's like, you got my guy. I said, okay. You guys want to play? You got my guy. But those cannons he's been tired. He's fatigued. He can't get us like he can, right? We still can't catch him, but we can dodge him, right? We can dodge him. We're playing the game, and Mo fires a cannon at me, hits me in my chin. Now, if you ever look closely at me, I got a little tattered pattern underneath my chin on the right side. That is the dodgeball scar that I still got. I don't remember what happened after because I got knocked out of the game. I didn't get knocked out. Come on, man. I'm tougher than that. So I got knocked out. So it's just Mo and Mel. Mo is firing these, boom, hitting the back of the wall, bouncing back to him, boom, hit the wall, bounce back to him. Mel's just dodging for his life. That was the Mel scream. So he's trying. So eventually, one ball gets caught on our side. And in these rules at the YMCA, if you shot the ball and make it, your whole team comes back. And Mo was not having it. So Mo was like, I got this. I could do it all on my own. I don't need you guys. Mo got it. He's doing Jiren right now. Jiren from Dragon Ball Super, where he thought he could take the whole team on by himself because he thought it was so powerful. Anyway, so Mel gets the ball, shoots it, it goes in. Our whole team is back. And it's a numbers game now. We're just like, it's over, right? It's CM Punk. It's clobbering time. We're going to get him. But Mo don't have it. He's still slinging, knocking heads off his shoulders. Killing people out there. There's blood everywhere. But eventually, we do the same tactic where one of us throw high and gets his legs, and we get him. And when we got him, he was mad. He ain't gonna lie. He was mad. But, he's a sportsmanship. Like, no, good game, guys. Good game, blah, blah, blah. And that was one of the stories that I remember particularly. We had YMCA battles, right? So, but the next couple of weeks, I guess Mo was planning stuff, right? So we one time during something, we didn't go to the Y. He came to my house. We ordered pizza. We were eating pizza and everything. He said, "Hey, Mike, why don't you invite Mel over?" I said, "Invite Mel over?" He said, "Yeah, man, invite Mel over, man." I said, "Y'all cool like that?" He said, "Yeah, man, we cool, man. Just invite him over, punk." I said, "Okay, Debo, it's cool." So I would call Mel. We were planning it. And hey, come on over. We're going to have pizza there. He said, "Cool." He come over and everything. So Mo came first. Mo was there first, chilling, at the house already. And he's like, "When Mel come, let me know. You say Rover or Red Rover or something like that." I'm like, "What?" He said, "Say Red Rover, man." I said, "All right, man. 6'4" bully. I got you, right?" So the doorbell's ring. Ding dong. Ding dong. That was my dad's doorbell. And I pull up. I go downstairs and I greet Mel. I greet Mel wide eye. Like, hey, Mel, what's up? He said, what's up, Mike? What's wrong with you? I said, "Man, nothing's wrong with you. Nothing's wrong with me, man. What's wrong with you?" I said, "Nothing, man. You freaking me out, man. What's wrong with you?" I said, "Nothing, man. Just, I got this new game on PlayStation." As we're going upstairs, so we got this new game on PlayStation called Red Rover. And Mo jumps out like, "Hey, punk." And we start WWE wrestling in the middle of the living room, right? So we're wrestling and all that stuff. And of course, Mo don't sell to nobody, okay? Mo didn't sell. Well, we put him in the sharpshooter. "No, my legs are too strong," and we couldn't do it. Hit him with a super kick. "No, you hit me in my chest." So we had so much fun back in the day. All right. So the moral of this story is Mo picked up Mel, jackknife powerbombed him into my dad's couch and broke the legs of the couch. We are freaking out here. We're like, "Oh my God, my dad's going to beat me as soon as he sees this couch." I can't believe what we did. And what we going to do? So we went to this local store, the Belts, whatever. It's a store right down the street where I was living. And we super glued it. We super glued it and set it up where the leg could stand. But if you sat down on it, it will crumble. So Mo and Mel left me with my dad when he comes home. So I cooked him dinner, right? I cooked him dinner, and he came in. Oh man, came in, sat down. As soon as he sat down, the couch broke. Boom! I said, "Dang!" He said, "Yeah, well, Michael." I says, "Well, this is my mom's couch, and it's really old. I guess we're gonna have to get another one." I said, "Man, it's been around since I was born." He said, "Yeah, Carlos, you're right. We're gonna have to get a new couch." I said, "Whew, escape that one." Right? So after the YMCA, Maurice would go and play. So he would go play for the school, And our schools were divided by 3 schools. We had Wilson, Garfield, and GW, George Washington. And Mo would go to George Washington and dominate. He would dominate over there. Football and basketball mostly. That would translate all the way to high school. And in high school, we connected in broadcasting. And we had a great time in broadcasting. If I could tell you the stories of what we did, and I'm not saying just me and Mo, because we were the minorities, no pun intended, in that class. There were some crazy people in broadcasting, but we had a lot of fun. We did broadcasting together, and we hung out together and everything. And we even did, take that back, we even did broadcasting baseball. Now, imagine how dry baseball is. Imagine doing baseball at high school where you don't have, you're trying to learn the art of broadcasting where you don't have dead air. So when you have dead air, that people lose interest and stuff. And we're live. We're live on the air, 89.5 WHSS. That was my thing. WHSS. Me and Mo would do it, and it would be like 15, 20 seconds. We're just looking at each other like, well, you going to say something? You going to say something? And all that stuff. Mo would also go on to play at a high school level. And watching him play, I'm like, dog, he's good. Like, Mo is good. Mo is a good football player. Mo is a good basketball player. I'm watching some of the things that he plays, and he would get as high as, he was on varsity, and maybe a couple starts here and there. But I remember his basketball career more than anything. The reason why is because when he played, he didn't get that many minutes, like, and everything. But the rotation, see, the thing about 90s basketball, 90s football in Hamilton, we didn't branch out for a lot. We did a lot of option in the 90s. And it's weird for me to say that now because when I look at football today, it's completely different. So if you were a starter in the 90s, you started almost every game. There was no different packages or anything like that. And the same with basketball. If you were coach's son, really favorable with the coach and everything, you played. There's one particular moment, Hamilton basketball, we're in the playoffs. Hamilton is known for its baseball and basketball, not football. So we made it to the playoffs, and when Hamilton makes the basketball playoffs, everybody's excited. Everybody goes. We start traveling and everything. They make it so far where they make it, I think it's regionals in Dayton. And back in the day, I got this CD player, and Mo's like, yo, let me borrow that CD player while I'm on the bus. I'm like, cool, man, because, I'm riding with the principal just to go because, my dad, he worked, so I couldn't ride with him. He didn't want to go. And so I ride with the principal. He said he's off on a ride. I'm going. Like, I don't want to miss any Hamilton history, So we go, and the game's not going in our favor, right? And we're down by a good 15, 20. And Mo gets in. So I'm like, okay. Yeah, my boy Mo's in. I'm cheering him on. Like, yeah, let's go, Mo. You know what I'm saying? And then the first play Mo's in, he's playing somebody. He hits the guy, foul, and breaks his leg or arm. I think it was leg, but I want to say it was leg or arm. He broke the kid. I'm like, oh, we had to, the ambulance came out. It carted this kid off. He was hurt. I mean, he looked bad. Like he went through the juggernaut. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, Mo, what did you do? I said, man, I don't know, man. I was just so hyped off your CD that you played. I said, what song's on it? It's like the Onyx, shut him down. What? That song with DMX and everything. Got me, I got so hyped. As soon as I saw him, I killed him. I said, you sure did. You better write him a letter or everything. He killed the kid. He did. I don't know what happened to him, but I'm pretty sure he passed away. I'm kidding. He didn't actually die. He just had he broke something on him, right? So that was Maurice, man. And today, his kids are flourishing so much. And I think one's about to go to play football in Virginia. And the other one, his other sons, and even his daughter are very athletic and successful in everything they do. So that's what prompted the podcast, is because I want to let them know, and I want to let the world know, that my friend Maurice was also great at what he did, and a good man at that. Everybody doesn't get their flowers and opportunity. And I guarantee if Mo would have got his opportunity, he would have been super successful. He would have been so successful. But, not in the cards. So I was like, man, you know what? His birthday's coming around in March. I want to give him something he can remember. Like something that, as his best friend in high school and everything. And seeing him as a young teenager who threw the ball like crazy at dodgeball and was excellent in basketball and excellent in football and an overall good dude. I retired him, right? I went out and replicated his high school jersey and made him a GOAT, one of the greatest of all times. And even though, life has separated us and you're doing your thing over there and I'm doing my thing over there, I have never forgotten how great you really are, my friend. And I want you to know that. And I'm putting it out there in front of the whole world to let you know you're special. You always have been, and you always will be, and you will always be the great Mo. Moberg. But I will end it on one funny story. One time, we went to a party, and he was sloppy drunk. I've never seen Mo drunk before, right? He got that Stevie Wonder, like Bob, or no, the Ray Charles Bob and everything. He said, man, I'm hungry, man. Go get something to eat. I said, well, what do you want? He said, man, do you want to slam a case? A case of White Castle burgers, where it was 30 burgers, right? He's like, yeah, get a case, man. I said, all right, man, cool. You going to have some? No, I ain't got no money, man. Just get the case. Like, okay, shoot. All right. So we get the case. 30 burgers, 30 mini White Castle burgers. You can't finish them all. I don't think I've ever finished them all and lived. You know what happens when you eat White Castle. Let's not play silly, right? And shout out to White Castle, because it's freaking delicious. Back then, now I'm older. Nah, that's a death wish now. So we get the 30 case, and I stay in the car because he's drunk. I go in the White Castle to get the 30 case, come out, say, hey, man, give me the case, man. It's all right, cool, man, take the case, man. He opens up and just swallows 3 of them like that. I said, okay, that's 3 less than you. I got 15, you got 12. I said, no, man, I'm hungry, bro, I'm hungry. We go back to his house. He smashes at least 20 of those bad boys. And I finished 10, He's 6'4", giant, still growing. At least smashed 20 of them. But I couldn't have ate 20 of those anyway. But I thought that was a funny story to end the show on. Maurice, you are special. Just remember that, bro. And that's the end of the show. Thank you for listening to the WDYM. I hope you had a good time. I did. But there is a part two to this. What about Mel? Right? We talked about Mo a little bit, but what about Mel? Mel is special too. Mel is special. Let me take that back. But we'll talk about that in the next episode of the WDYM. Thank you guys for tuning in as always. Peace out, Girl Scout, Boy Scout. I'm out.